Happy lunch hour, guys. Okay, so this still isn't the other video I was talking about that I made this morning to discuss a different issue, but the overlords haven't granted me their blessing yet to let you know that. So I want to talk about something else here at lunch that y'all want to pay attention to, okay? And I know this is kind of rehashing stuff that has been talked about before, but obviously, as time goes on, we get more and more information. If any of you guys watched the video Rudy posted a few days ago talking about bank bail-ins, all right, and what the IMF and them are all they were talking about, and that was recorded, that's part of what you want to pay attention to. But the other thing that I've mentioned before is watching what the countries around the world are doing in regards to money. Right? And it seems that every country in the world, except the United States, is stockpiling precious metals: gold, silver, platinum, palladium, whatever would be. Okay? The United States, of course, under the current administration, is too stupid to see what's going on. But the rest of the world is figuring out that fiat currency is on the way out. And so they are trying to stockpile hard assets somewhere. I know people talk about CBDC all the time. Here's a thought for you. Could we potentially go to where, if you know my thoughts on CBDC, but could we potentially go to a point where things are flipped over for CBDC that are backed by precious metals and more than just gold and silver? Let's say it adds palladium and potassium, palladium and platinum and everything like that. Yeah, still got gardening on the mind. That's a possibility. Now, as we've seen here over the past 2 months, I guess you will, the dollar index has gotten significantly weaker to the point where the value of the dollar has dropped about 10% in the currency markets here since roughly Thanksgiving. And we've seen a good rally in silver to the point of about 30% in that same time. And we've seen a rally in gold of somewhere around 6 or 7. So I'm seeing all these stories, analysts, economists, everything. There's a lot out there that you guys could read too about what is going on in the precious metals market and where they see things coming. And I've seen videos that people are calling for gold to get up to $3,000 an ounce. Be nice, but not. I don't see it this year. But gold's currently, say, around 18. I think it's around 1830, 18 and a quarter, 1830, something like that. The first resistance level of gold, resistance being where it's going to start seeing sellers, okay, is around 1950. So that means there's probably another $125 to the upside in gold right now, okay, which is 6, 7, 8%. Okay, so that's a good return. I mean, average annual market returns since the Depression, stock market returns, have been 7%. Okay, so if you're getting 8% on gold, you're doing better than average. Now, the problem with that, of course, is you can't buy gold at spot price. You got to put a premium in it, so you get that issue too. I would be watchful of the price of precious metals. Okay, if gold dropped back down in the 1700s, I'd be a buyer. If silver drops back down to around 2200 or 22, I'd be a buyer. I mean, not that I wouldn't be buying now. I mean, if you're dollar cost averaging in, but that's when you'd want to go stronger. Here's the reason. If I'm looking at charts and information and World Economic information, not World Economic Forum information, my guess is you're going to probably see gold up around 2250, 2300 by the end of the year. Okay, that's a good increase from where we are. It's about 25%. And it's because of the collapse of fiat currency. Now, we know what's going on. You know, the liberal, communist, socialist, whatever, progressive, whatever you want to call them this week, right? They believe that they can just print more money. And it's not just the United States. I mean, it's, any government in Europe or New Zealand or anything like that. Hey, we'll just print more money. Inflation be damned. Okay, they don't care. All right, just make things more inflationary. Mrs. P and I were at the store the other day, and I was falling out of my chair seeing, what was it, $20, I think, for 60 eggs. And buy in bulk, you get it cheaper, right? But I mean, it was $8 for a dozen eggs, or 18, maybe it was $8 for 18 eggs. Nothing that you guys haven't seen yourself. So you look at what to do with money. And there was a question in last night's live stream where somebody said, I've got an extra $1,000. What should I do with it? And that's not a question that anybody can answer other than the person with the extra $1,000, because I don't know your situation. Do you have 6 months worth of food? Go get another 6 months worth of food. Sorry. Do you have your heat taken care of, your electricity taken care of, your security taken care of, whatever would be? Those are all water. Those are all primary things that you need to take care of. But one of the other primary things that you need to take care of is, what if nothing happens? What if this becomes, the new normal? High inflation, but we don't go to war, and we still have electricity and we still have running water, et cetera, et cetera. And the only thing that we have going on is high inflation, which means the dollars that you have are worth less and less and less and less. And y'all know this is true because, a year ago you could buy eggs for $1.89 a dozen. Now they're $6. Okay. Your paycheck didn't go from $20 to $60, just making the math easy. All right. So your spending power has gone way down. Now, if the money's in the bank, in a savings account, and somebody asked me this in an email this morning, what about safe deposit boxes? And sorry guys, safe deposit, they do a bail-in, everything you have in a safe deposit box, say bye-bye to. Okay, that'll all be confiscated by the bank. Just like your bank account. What Rudy say the other day, it's something like $1.30 of your money is protected or whatever in a bank bail-in. In case anybody doesn't know about FDIC insurance, okay, they have 99 years to pay you back. Okay, I'm 56. I don't see myself living to be 155 years old to get my money back. So you need to do something to protect your money. Now, I've told you many times, have cash on hand to pay your bills just in case. Okay, don't leave it in the bank. And a lot of you guys have said you leave enough money in the bank to pay your bills and the rest of it's in cash. Reminds you of the Great Depression, right? Okay, people had money under the mattress. We're in the same boat. The difference is even if the money's sitting in the mattress, it's still losing spending power. Okay, the $2 eggs last year that are $6 now. You have the money in the mattress that didn't turn any interest. Not that you're going to earn that much anyway, but you got to have something. Gold is expensive. Silver is cheaper. Okay, in the $20 to $30 range by the time you add premiums to it. It's still a very good idea to be putting some of your excess money, okay? And again, like I've said in a video last week, you don't go, I'm getting all my food, and then once I get my food, then I'm going to concentrate on weapons. And I got all my weapons, now I'm going to concentrate on my electricity. You can't do it. You got to do bits and pieces here and there, okay? Obviously, something like wealth preservation is low. You can't eat silver, as many of you guys tell me all the time. Okay, yes, you've got to have a good amount of food put back. But if you've got dollars that are put back in savings, specifically to keep the dollars put back in savings, please, please, please look at putting them somewhere it's going to be safe. In silver, in gold. I don't think any of us are buying platinum or palladium. But physical okay, where you hold it in your hand, not in a safe deposit box, not in some safe somewhere. You'll never see that in your hand. It's the only way you are going to protect your wealth. I know everybody, the the public will say, "Oh, but you need to have beans, bullets, and band-aids first, or whatever." Yeah, you need to have beans, bullets, and band-aids, no question. Beans, bullets, band-aids, and bullion would be the other B you want to add in there. Have something, guys, to protect your wealth. You're going to be able to sell it if you need to come up with the cash. If at least it's your hedge against inflation, that $2 dozen eggs last year that's $6 now, okay, maybe it's not $6 in greenbacks, maybe it was only a little bit more gold. Remember, you can hear this all the time. You could have bought a suit with a $20 gold piece back in the 1920s. You can still buy a suit with a $20 gold piece now. Okay? Just case in point. Something to look at. Have some, guys. I'm telling you, if all the governments except for ours in the world are smart enough to figure this one out, it makes a lot of sense that we pay attention to it and kind of play along too. Because when our government goes broke, which is going to happen, we're $31 trillion in debt. I don't want to be dragged down with them. I want them to be coming to me going, "Can you help me?" Rather than, "We're just taking this from you right out of your bank account." Case in point. Have a good day. My daughter's coming this afternoon. See y'all. Pinball out.